I now announce Roundtable 3, entitled From Rubble to Renewal, Rebuilding Lives, Realizing the Promise of Independence, and a Future of Shared Peace, Security, and Prosperity. Joining us on the podium is His Highness Prince Zaid Raad Al Hussein, former United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, and we warmly welcome his presence with us today. We'll first hear interventions by the co-chairs of thematic working groups 5 and 8, and I now give the floor to His Excellency the Foreign Minister of the Arab Republic of Egypt and the co-chair of Working Group 5. You have the floor, sir.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, Your Highness Prince Faisal bin Farhan, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Your Excellency Minister Jean-Noel Barrot, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the French Republic, Your Highness Prince Raad, ladies and gentlemen, allow me at the outset to express my extreme gratitude for your participation in today's meeting at the beginning of the conference on the peaceful political settlement of the Palestinian question and the implementation of the two-state solution. Here I'd like to express my special thanks to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and to the Republic of France for co-chairing this conference and for their keenness to convene it at this very delicate and dangerous moment in our region's history. And I also like to thank all the countries that participated in the working groups. Their valuable participation and contributions will undoubtedly have a great impact in ensuring the success of our joint efforts in this conference. Distinguished guests, the importance of our meeting today is not simply limited to expressing our interest in a just and comprehensive peaceful settlement of the central issue in the Middle East, namely the question of Palestine. Rather, our meeting today gains importance from our success in reaching the broadest possible international consensus on the practical steps needed to establish a Palestinian state on the 4 June 1967 lines, with East Jerusalem as its capital, a state living in peace and security side by side with Israel. Here, Egypt, and through its participation in the co-chairmanship of the Fifth Working Group alongside the United Kingdom, we took care to incorporate all the contributions received and formulate them with the utmost balance between all the different visions, while presenting our own vision with regards to the disastrous humanitarian situation in the occupied territories, be they in the West Bank or the Gaza Strip. This is a vision that we believe has won the acceptance and support of the majority of the countries participating in the Humanitarian Action Working Group as one of the main pillars of any practical action aimed at providing the objective conditions necessary for the establishment of a Palestinian state, which is based on supporting the steadfastness of the Palestinian people on their land in light of the rights guaranteed to them by international law and international humanitarian law, foremost of which is the protection and enjoyment of basic services, at the forefront of which is the right to life and the right to unfettered humanitarian aid. Therefore, Egypt has intensified its efforts to put an end to the war in Gaza and to put an end to the humanitarian catastrophe that civilians are subjected to by allowing the resumption of humanitarian aid to Gaza, where Egypt is one of the major contributors of this humanitarian aid, and we are working with our brethren in Qatar and friends in the United States to achieve this. Egypt has continued to support the efforts of UNRWA in Gaza and the occupied Palestinian territories and the rest of its areas of operation by maintaining the mandate granted to the agency by the United Nations General Assembly or its work throughout the occupied Palestinian territories. Egypt reaffirms its intention to cooperate with international partners and to organize a conference for the reconstruction of the Gaza Strip as soon as a ceasefire agreement is reached. This aims to implement the Arab Islamic Plan for early recovery and reconstruction. The implementation of this plan would contribute to ending the humanitarian crisis that the people of Gaza are experiencing quickly and effectively after more than 20 months of brutal aggression. Egypt provides security training programs to the Palestinian Authority's forces so that they would be able to enforce the law in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank in a manner in cooperation with Jordan. This training would contribute to the creation of an environment that would allow for the establishment of a contiguous Palestinian state. And here we welcome the announcement by French President Macron, a courageous announcement of France's recognition of the state of Palestine in September. And we call upon all international parties to do the same. Let us together save the two-state solution by recognizing the Palestinian state and by not giving the veto to one party here. In closing, we'd like to express our sincere gratitude to the co-chairs of the conference and to the United Kingdom for the excellent coordination with Egypt in presiding over the working group on humanitarian action and reconstruction. And we thank all the countries and organizations that have contributed effectively to this effort through their valuable proposals. We wish this conference success, and we hope that together we will succeed in putting an end to this humanitarian disaster that has not been witnessed since World War II. The starvation and the systemic killing, the use of hunger as a weapon of war, of collective punishment, and a blatant violation of international law and international humanitarian law. I thank you.